Everybody, and welcome back to a new video. So this is our bi-weekly live Q&A with mics, drones, and more. So I've decided to do it a little bit early today, just because I've got a lot of things going on around the house and things like that. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit so you guys can see me better. There we go. So we are doing it, and I figured at 12 o'clock, it's about 12 or 2 o'clock in New York roughly, and about 10 o'clock in California. So hopefully that reaches a little bit of everybody, and everybody gets a chance to view the live Q&A. So bear with me just a second here. I'm going to pull up my live Q&A on my channel here so I can see any questions. Ray, what's up? How's it going? All right, so first I will start off with just a update. Today I was supposed to, well, I did go out and fly with the local multi-GP chapter, the other guys. We were supposed to have actually a couple of the DRL guys. I don't know if you guys don't know what DRL is. That's the Drone Racing League. That's the big drone racing league. They're like on ESPN or like I think on the Disney X channel or something like that. And Jet was supposed to be there. Jet is the 2017 world champion. And the other guy that was supposed to be there was Provo FPV, but unfortunately got out there, and the wind was just really horrible. And I tried to fly one time, and I flew my purple one because it was a little bit heavier, and this thing was just flying all over the place. I couldn't hardly keep control of it. I would fly it a little bit and the wind would just take it, and so I landed, and just to be on the safe side, and I think pretty much everybody else decided with the wind today. It was supposed to be, it was a nice day. It's like 66 degrees. I'm wearing shorts, but tomorrow is supposed to be like 20 degrees and snowing, so that's Colorado for you. Yeah, so that would have been cool to get to do some really cool racing with those guys, but you know, oh well, that's okay. It's not a problem. There'll be other races, so it's fine. And then, so some other updates. I did update this one here. This is the Beta FPV 75 millimeter, and I updated this to the Project Mockingbird, and it does fly pretty good. I haven't had a real chance to really do a whole lot of racing with this one just yet, and I changed out the props. I changed to a blue. I'm still waiting for the 2 prop ones to be able to buy. They're not available yet, so hopefully those will come in soon. And then, so since I wasn't able to fly today and get any kind of FPV footage for you guys, I'm probably not going to have a FPV video tomorrow for you guys, unless I can find something on my computer from like a previous flight or something like that, or unless the winds finally calm down later this week or today, and I can get out and do at least some flying in the park or something like that, because I had all my batteries charged up and it was ready to go. So, but instead though, Tuesday, if you guys tune in, I'm gonna try and do a live stream. It is a Tiny Whoop race, so it's gonna be sponsored by TinyWhoop.com, and it's gonna be sponsored by Blue Streak or Blue Tech. Blue Tech is the company that makes those gates that you guys always see me going through. So that's they'll be sponsoring both of that. I think Spectrum is going to be there. Spectrum makes like radios and antennas and stuff like that. So it's going to be a pretty big race, and so I think that's going to be kind of cool. And it's going to be a monthly race at the Moxie Theater in Greeley, Colorado. So if you're in Colorado and you want to see me race, if you want to join, if you want to hang out, it's free to watch. It's at the Moxie Theater. The doors open, I think, at 6 o'clock on Tuesday, and the racing starts at like 7 o'clock. So if you guys are in Colorado and you want to meet up and you want to say hi, come meet me on Tuesday night. I'll be out there all night long pretty much, and I'm going to be flying the little red one. So that should be a really good race. So if you were watching my Facebook or you were watching my Instagram, you would have known that the mail came in yesterday, and I got a new cockroach frame that I ordered. So I'm going to be building a new whoop for myself. So this one is a clear frame. So it's just like that transparent gray or black one that I ordered, except for this is all clear, which is kind of cool. So, and it's the same exact frame, just a different color. And I also ordered a camera mount. So this is a 3D printed mount. This sits on the board, and then your camera fits right in here, and it's at 10 degrees. Normally I like my racing cameras at 20 degrees. That's just what I like. But this is at 10 degrees. You don't want it too big on a tiny whoop because you're not going to be flying so much forward. You're mostly in angle mode. And then the other thing that I ordered from tinywhoop.com as well, they're in Loveland, Colorado, so they're right around the corner from me, literally. This is the canopy that I ordered for the new whoop as well. So you can kind of see it's got some zombies on there and some blood splatter and stuff like that. So this new whoop is going to be my Walking Dead or my Living Dead whoop is what I'm going to call it. So yeah, so I've got to order some motors still for my new whoop, and I'm going to order another Beta FPV board. I really like those boards, and I've got to order another camera. But other than that, everything is ready to go and good. So I'm going to be building that soon, hopefully in the next I'd say maybe week here. I'm going to order the parts and should be coming in soon. So that's that. And then also, let me reach over here. So I've got these extra motors. These are just the stock Inductrix motors. So I actually ordered another thing from tinywhoop.com. If you guys have seen, I think they're called Tiny Hoovers is what they're called. So it's basically, it's a hovercraft that's made out of Tiny Whoop parts. So I've got an old Fury Bee frame, and I've got the motors, I've got the flight controller, and I've got everything I need to build it, basically. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be building a tiny Hoover, and that's going to be, I'm waiting on the frame to come in. It's just a foam cutted frame, but I ordered it from tinywhoop.com. It was like 10 bucks. You can do that, or you can buy like their full set, and it comes with everything, the motors, radio, everything, a whole setup ready to go. It's like $100 or something like that. So, but I have everything else. So I'll be building that and showing you guys that. And that should be actually really cool because it can scoot around like hardwood floors, carpet, and stuff like that. So it's basically a hovercraft. You guys will see it when I'm done. So that's kind of the new thing right now. So I'm going to test that out and kind of see how that all works and everything like that. So I'm really excited about that. I've got a new small micro that just came in. It's a tiny whoop that I ordered for my wife. She wants to get into some of the tiny whoops, or I want her to, and she's going to use that to learn. So I'm going to do a little quick review on her whoop, and so you guys can see that. Other than that, I think that's it. I was going to do a review on the Cyclones today, and unfortunately, with the wind being as bad as it was, I couldn't get out and test those very much at all. So that was kind of a bummer. And this week, the weather is supposed to be pretty crummy in Colorado again. So it's going to be like up and down. Like it's going to be cold Monday and Tuesday and snowing. And then Wednesday, I have no idea. So Colorado is just up and everywhere and stuff like that. So, but I've got a lot of plans for a lot of cool stuff. Spring is just right around the corner. So hopefully we can start actually getting out and doing some really cool flights and stuff like that. So Tuesday night, if you guys are watching, I'm going to try, like I said, my very best. Depending on the Moxie Theater, I don't know what the Wi-Fi is like in there, or if they have, or not Wi-Fi, my signal to my phone. I run on my Wi-Fi here at the house because I have 1 gig speed, so it transmits pretty well here. But we'll see at the Moxie Theater if they have Wi-Fi I can use. Then I'm definitely going to transmit live for you guys so you guys can see the race and everything like that. Since I'm not doing a Monday video with the FPV, I'm going to try and look and see if I've got any FPV footage I can share with you guys that I haven't already shared with you guys. So I know I've been doing a lot of tiny whoop stuff lately, and the reason being is just it's been so cold I can't get out and fly my drones. And on a nice day like today, it's 66 degrees. I'm wearing shorts right now, but the wind is blowing at like 30, 40 miles an hour, so I can't fly my drones. You get them up there and they just start, you know, the gusts are so bad you can't fly. So I wouldn't even take my Phantom out there. So, you know, let alone these guys, you know, and so, yeah, that's it. So I haven't been able to do very much flying at all. I hope you guys liked that review of that drone that they sent me earlier this week. So hope you enjoyed that review. That was kind of a cool little drone. I really liked it. And the Valentine's Day giveaway is still open until Wednesday. So, you know, basically cut off Tuesday night at midnight, and then sometime probably Wednesday morning I'll pick a winner, and then I will let you guys know who wins that particular thing there. So in just a second I'll answer questions, guys, and then I'll leave it open to you guys. So that's all I have for updates for me. I was really looking forward to meeting Jet from DRL, but I didn't get to meet him, unfortunately, and I wanted to, you know, meet Provo, but the wind and the weather just didn't cooperate. So it was just a fly fun, and nobody really was flying, and the people that were flying, like me, like you couldn't fly very well. So I mean, it just was like, it wasn't a complete waste of a day, but it felt like it, because we got out there at 9 o'clock and just you couldn't fly. It was just a bummer. So we're at 11 minutes. So that's all I have for me. So let's go ahead and open it up to the questions. I'm going to look here at the questions and let's see who all wrote in. So Ray said, "What's up, Mike?" Hi, Ray. Good to see you. Herbert writes in. He says, "I just got a F3 board and my telephone data cable will not talk to my computer. Is there something I'm doing wrong?" Okay, so you're probably talking about you hooked your excuse me, guys, my throat got scratchy. Give me 1 second. I'm drinking some vitamin water. All right. So anyway, so you're probably talking about your data cable. So if you have trouble where your flight board doesn't talk to your data cable, the quickest, easiest way that you can fix that is just go to Google and just search for Impulse. It's IMPULSE, Impulse RC Driver Fixer, and download that program. It's by Impulse RC. It's a little tool that they run, and then what you do is excuse me, my throat got dry. So what you do is you basically plug in your drone into your computer, and then you run that program, and then what it does is it will recognize your board, and then it'll fix the driver problem. Now, the other thing you want to make sure you do is make sure you've downloaded all the drivers that are necessary to run Betaflight. I'm assuming you're running Betaflight since an F3 board, and there's definitely some different drivers and stuff like that you have to download before you can even get it connected. Like there's STM drivers, there's VCP drivers and stuff like that. So I'll try and put a link down below or at the end of the video. If you want to know more about how to get your board to connect to Betaflight, Joshua Bardwell does an absolute excellent video. It's an older video of his, but he does an absolutely phenomenal video on how to, if your drone is not connecting up to your computer. So just go to Joshua Bardwell's videos and look up, or you can even Google, I think, like F3 board won't connect to the computer, and he does a whole tutorial and shows you exactly how to get your F3 board to hook up. When I first started excuse me, guys, when I first started with drones, I had to go to his video and watch because I was new to Betaflight and I didn't know how. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you have to do to get it to talk to Betaflight, but definitely try that out. So let's go to the next question. Dronin Forever, he says, "Hello, hi, how's it going?" Herbert says, "Oh, by the way," he says, "Mike, I've got a chance to buy a Phantom 2 for $400. Is that a pretty good deal?" So a Phantom 2 for $400? It's a little bit much. I would say a Phantom 2 series, I wouldn't pay more than about maybe $200 at the very most, 150 to 200, because the Phantom 2s, they are kind of like behind. So the Phantom 3 is like middle, and then the Phantom 4 series is the newest series. So Phantom 2 is going to be two. I apologize, guys. Here we go. Okay, so Phantom 2, you're going to be 2 series behind the Phantom 4. So if that was me, I would save my money and get a Phantom 3. Phantom 3 is a lot better. It's just got better motors, and I mean, it just all depends on what you want. But I wouldn't pay more than about $150 to $200 for, especially if it's a used Phantom 2, because you're not going to buy it new. I wouldn't pay more than $150 to $200 at most. All right, so Tony Winkler writes in. Tony wants to know, what is a good set of budget goggles? I've tried the 007 Pros, but they were defective, so I'm trying the Red Paws now, but not getting much range. So, Tony, I think you look like you're a new viewer. I apologize, guys. My throat is like dry, so I apologize for that. But so Tony, if you look like you're a new viewer, so I personally, the budget goggles that I like, I've been using the Eachine EV100s. And they are freaking awesome goggles. I absolutely love them. I got them on a flash sale on Banggood for like $100, but you can find them for 110, 120. You just got to look around and stuff like that. I do have them on my Amazon influencer, and I'll put that at the end of the live for the people that are viewing afterwards. But you can check that out. That's in my stores. But check Banggood, because Eachine is Banggood's brand, kind of like Fury Bee is GearBest brand. So check there. But I love those Eachine EV100s. They're awesome. If you go back and search my videos, I just did a video this week on my 2-month update of my EV 100s. And for the last 2 months, I've been using those straight and nothing else, and I absolutely love them. And I couldn't ask for better goggles. They're really, really good. So I hope that answers your question. Some other ones that are decent too. They're not the greatest, but they're good on a budget. Is these? Before I went to the goggles, these are the Fury Bee VR01s. They're like $40. I don't know if they sell them anymore, but they're not that bad. But I wear glasses, so they're kind of hard for me because I had to really adjust them, and they didn't work with my glasses too well. So those work okay. I do have a set of Red Paws, but I basically, the only reason I have the Red Paws is they're the detachable ones, and I use the Red Paws for the monitor so I can do recording on my races and stuff like that. So yeah, you're welcome, Tony. So definitely check them out. Like I said, I love my EV 100s. They're great goggles. I think they're a great budget goggles. You know, there's mixed reviews out there because, you know, some people are really used to the Fat Sharks. They said they don't have a great field of view. But for me, you know what? I love them. And I just used them out today, actually. The one race that I did, the one time I did get to fly today, that my drone flew all over the frickin' place. But, yeah, it was great. I love those goggles. They're really good. So, all right, so let's go ahead and that was that question. Does anybody else have any questions for me? Drone related or whatever. You know, I'm working on another Tiny Whoop build, so that'll be coming soon. Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, all right, great. Okay, gotcha. As a matter of fact, Banggood's got these things on sale for. Oh, okay. Thanks, Herbert, for the for the quick checking on that. So Herbert found them on Banggood for $100, and they ship out of the U.S. You don't have to wait for them to come from China. So now the accessories, you can buy like the little DVR. I ordered that. That's on order, and it says it's on the way. So it could be next week. It could be, I don't know. You know, the ship's from China, so, you know. So let's see. Oh, Tony says I'm flying the Beta FPV 75. How much range should I get? So this is also the Beta FPV 75 millimeter, and so now the Beta FPV board that I ordered. This one is it was the no receiver version, so I put my own FrSky, and I have had absolutely no problems with this thing going the distance. Now, this one here, this is the Beta FPV board, not the frame. This is the cockroach frame, but this one has a Beta FPV board on it. This one has the integrated FrSky board on it, and I've been able to fly this thing down from my basement all the way upstairs on the second floor, all the way up in the living room with absolutely no problems whatsoever. So Beta FPV makes some really good boards and really good receivers. I wasn't too sure, you know, because you never know. And some of those cheaper ones, like the Fury Bee version of their F3 board, it's okay. Like, I had a lot of problems with the receiver. It would cut in and out a lot, especially when it got close to like my 5 gigahertz or 5.8 gigahertz router or 5G router, and it would always cut out and stuff like that. So, but I've had absolutely no problems. I can fly this thing right next to my 5G router, and it has absolutely no problem. And it's got freaking awesome range. So yeah, definitely Beta FPV makes some good stuff. So definitely check them out. Okay, let's see. Win Hillbilly wrote in, is the Phantom 4 4K camera equal to the GoPro 5? I don't know. I'm not sure. Because I think the Phantom 4, I don't have that one, but I think the Phantom 4 uses a Sony sensor, if I remember right, and I don't know what GoPro uses on their cameras. So you'd have to go to, if you go to DJI and you go to their specs website or their specs, it'll tell you exactly what the camera has in it, and then you can go to GoPro and then you can look at their cameras and then you can compare the two. But off the top of my head, I really honestly don't know which one's better. I mean, if you're just looking for a drone, I think the Phantom 4 is absolutely freaking phenomenal. It's one of the best out there. And that's my cat. She's messing with my microphone. So, so I hope that answers your question. Let's see. Dwinnable, haven't seen you in a while. So Dwinnable, hey, how's it going? He said, I have a buddy scoping out the Typhoon H Pro. What are your thoughts? So the Typhoon H Pro, I think that is the newer one. Let me pull it up here really quick. Give me one sec. Apologize, guys. My throat is really scratchy today. So the Typhoon H Pro. Okay, so I'm pulling it up now. Okay, yeah, so that is the one that I thought. Yeah, that's the just the regular Typhoon. So I have heard a lot of good things about the Typhoon and the Yuneec Typhoon. I actually thought about it one time, actually getting one myself, but I decided to go with the DJI. The only thing I didn't like about the Yuneec was the controller. It's really like wide. So I didn't like that about that. I like the DJI controllers. They're small and compact. And I think the Typhoon is even, the controller is even bigger than this Taranis. So, which, I love my Taranis. So, and I just actually got these in earlier this week. These are thumbsticks. So they're basically, they're not just the typical sticks. I replaced them. Here was the stock ones, and I put these on there. So, because I'm not a pincher, I'm a thumb flyer. So these will help, because if you notice these things, if I'll try and bring it up really close for you guys so you can see, they've kind of got those little pokey things, and they really hurt your fingers after a while if you're a thumb flyer like myself, you know, or a you know, just regular thumbs. So they hurt after a while. So hope that answers your question. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about the Typhoon. Like I said, the only reason that I chose the DJI instead of the Typhoon was just because I like the DJI and it was a little less expensive. All right, so next, Ziggy Z Beak writes, Mike, I have the DVR on his EV100 goggles, and I'm sure you're going to like it. Works great. Oh, good. Okay, awesome. Yeah, I actually ordered that DVR. It's on its way, so hopefully I will get that. My cat is trying to climb over here, so I'm trying to signal to my wife to get the cat. She's after a little bug or a fly or something. I don't know what she's after. So, but yeah, so awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to get the DVR. I can't wait to get to see what the footage looks like. So, Renaissance Man, he says, I'm looking between the Phantom 4 or the Typhoon Q500. So, that's a real toughie. Like I said, I looked at getting the Typhoon myself. And now the one good thing that I know about the Typhoon is that if one of the motors goes down, then it has a redundancy built in. So it'll still keep flying. It won't have quite the performance, obviously, because it's down one motor, but it won't flop to the ground. Now, that being said, I personally like DJI. This is my own personal. I think DJI makes some of the best drones out there in the market, bar none. I don't think there's any other company that can come close to making, commercial drones like DJI. DJI just has a corner on the market. They make really good products. They have really good customer service. You can find DJI parts just about anywhere. There's actually a DJI store down in I think it's near Littleton, Colorado is where it's at somewhere, or Lone Tree I think is where it's at. So if mine ever goes bad or I break apart, I can always take it to them to get it repaired. But I'll probably just do it myself. Not that I'm going to be breaking my drone any part. So me personally, DJI is the way I go. I just like DJI more. DJI's got more accessories. You can just find more stuff for DJI, honestly. And I think they just make a better drone. But again, that's my own personal preference. So do your research. If you have somebody that's got a Typhoon that you can, fly and kind of test it out, so try that, but DJI for me is just all the way. They just have everything from, semi-professional to all the way up to professional and everything in between. So I don't know. That's just my opinion. So, all right. Let's see. So, and then Herbert just said, thanks, Ziggy. He just ordered my, DVR. Okay, yeah. So, did I change your antennas? Yeah, so yes, Tony, I changed the antennas on my EV100s. If you watch my video, go back. It's like the video I did on Wednesday, I believe. Friday. Sorry. Wednesday was the Valentine's Day giveaway, so Friday I did a 2-month update, and yes, I changed the antennas. So what I use on my goggles is I use a Team Black Sheep Triumph for one antenna, and then I have a patch antenna for the other side. And then if sometimes, depending on if I'm indoors, if there's a lot of interference, I'll run 2 circular antennas. So, but definitely get rid of those stock antennas. They're all right for short range, but not for really long range. Like today, when I was outside in the big field, I used the Triumph antenna on the one side, and I used my patch antenna on the other side, and I got great reception. So yes. So and so let's see. The 9 guy, you've never seen you in my chats before, so you sounds like you're trying to troll. So if you're trying to troll, I'm not going to do anything like that. I had a troll about a few weeks back, and I think everybody remembers that guy. So I would tread very thinly. new person in my chat because I don't put up with that kind of stuff on my chat or my channel. So I keep my channel very family friendly. So just saying. All right, so I'm not even going to acknowledge him, and I would appreciate if any of you guys don't acknowledge him either. So, and let's see here. Well, actually, we'll just we'll hide him on our channel. There we go. So now we don't even have to see him anymore. All right, there we go. Okay, so on to my other normal people. So let's see here. Okay, so Dwinnable asks, I have had the Mavic Air for 3 days. So far, still good, but debating cost versus value. So I've heard a lot of good things about the Mavic Pro, or the Mavic Air. It's not the Mavic Pro, it's the Mavic Air. So I've heard a lot of good things about it. I know it's about the same size as the Spark. I personally, myself, I didn't like the way that it looked, and that was just me. I wanted something I like a little bit bigger, because even the Mavic Pro, my good friend John in Greeley, he has the Mavic Pro, and we both were flying it on a windy day, and the wind was at like 30 miles per hour, and his was having a hard time with that wind. Now the Phantom, I mean, it was like between 30 and 40 miles an hour gusts, so it was pretty bad. But my Phantom was like slanted. It was still good. It was holding up, but his was having a little trouble. So I don't know how well that Mavic Air will hold up in like the wind and stuff like that. I like that it's portable and it's small. So, and that's the one thing. So I think it's kind of like a nice combination in between the Spark and the Mavic Pro. Something kind of in between that you can kind of just basically throw in the camera bag that comes with it, or the one that you can buy with it, the Buy More or the Fly More, whatever it's called. But I've heard really good things about it. So definitely, yeah, keep us updated when you can actually get out and fly it. I feel your pain with the weather, because I haven't been able to get out and fly myself. So, yep. So, all right. So let's see here, and all right. So 9, he's kind of being a pain, so I'm going to just remove him from the chat altogether. So he has been removed from our chat, guys. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I don't put up with trolls. So yeah. All right. So drone review man of all drones. How's it going? I've seen you in the chat, and I've seen you posting lots of stuff. So yep. How's it going? So yeah. So we're at like 33 minutes here for the live Q&A. So we'll leave it open for another few minutes here, and then if nobody else has any questions, then I'll close it down for the day. Like I said, tomorrow, unless I can get out, I don't know what the weather is like. No, the wind is still blowing crazy, so it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get out today and fly any of my race drones, which I really wanted to do. Maybe I can fly the Whoop around, but I think you guys have seen enough Whoop footage. So, but that one is flying really well. So, what do you say? He said he put a new battery in his 99 Pontiac. Why did he make it so hard to do? Yeah, I don't know. I don't work on cars all that much. So, you know, I took some classes in a tech school. I took some college classes for automotive and mechanics and stuff like that. And my cat just knocked something over. So. But I'm mechanically inclined, but yeah, I don't know why they make cars so hard to freaking work on. My wife has a 2006 Honda Pilot, and I don't know if there's anything I can actually do on that thing. It looks like a, you know, crazy. So, do you change the settings? So, yeah, Tony, so what I did with mine is if you go out there and go to Joshua Bardwell. Joshua Bardwell is a really good guy. He does a lot of good things. Go to Joshua Bardwell and look up his video. He just did it like either last week or the week before, but it's Project Mockingbird. And what he did is basically, so what Project Mockingbird is, I'm talking to Tony right now. So what Project Mockingbird is, it's basically, it's Betaflight's settings to basically be the same as the Inductrix, or pretty darn close to the Inductrix FPV, to make it nice and smooth and steady. And that's what I have on my small red one, and I also have on this one as well. And the new one that I'm getting ready to build, that one I will be putting Project Mockingbird on as well. Every Whoop that I build from now on, I'm just going to do Project Mockingbird because it flies so smooth, which is really nice. Yeah, Bardwell is awesome. He has got some really cool stuff. He's got a lot of followers, and he's a really nice guy. I would love to meet him and do an interview with him someday. So, Mr. Bardwell, if you're watching this video, I would love to do a collaboration with you. He probably won't watch my video, but you never know. So let's see. Let's see here. Okay, Wendy has a question here. So Wendy says, also I did some coat hangers on some DJI drone legs, and they're really great for stabilizing in rough areas. Have a review, send it to you next time. Oh, okay. All right, I'll go and check those out. I know there's all kinds of stuff that you can do with the DJI and accessories and stuff like that. So, all right, guys. Well, does anybody else have any more questions that they'd like to ask for me? If not, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this Sunday's live Q&A. Now, just remember, guys, next Sunday is going to be the live Q&A for the patrons only. So what I do for them is basically we do a live Q&A. My cats are up there knocking stuff over. So, excuse me. So what I do for my patrons is every other Sunday in between these, I do a live Q&A for them only. So they are invited to a private session for me, and then afterwards I'll post it for everybody to see. But they get a one-on-one private with me, and they can ask me any question that they want, you know, within reason, of course. So, but yeah. So that leads me to if you guys aren't a patron of the channel already, definitely check out my Patreon page. I will leave a link down below for you guys so you can check those out. Thank you, Alana. Appreciate that. So check out my Patreon. There's a lot of good benefits and stuff like that. And Cat is trying to come over here. They are doing all kinds of things. So sorry. That's the problem with live stuff. You get live stuff like cats and stuff like that. So yeah, guys, definitely. So if you will, check out my Patreon page. Any support really helps out the channel. I really appreciate all my viewers and everybody that watches the channel, all my subscribers. Thank you guys all so much. Keep those questions and comments coming up. So I really appreciate it. If I missed a question for you, so if you were watching this video after the live broadcast and you have something for me, make sure to put your question down below, and I will try and get to that question for you guys and answer that for you. So that is all I have for this Sunday's live Q&A. And as always, guys, in the meantime, while you're waiting for my next video, let's keep our drones up in the air and flying high, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for hanging out, and have an awesome day. I'll talk to you guys later.